Hi, welcome to Zooming for the World, a series of affirmative prayers and meditations. A group of friends got together on a Zoom call each week, and this is what happened. So our production values may not be very high, but our hearts are in the right place, and our consciousness is ever ascending. So I hope that you enjoy these. They're pretty simple. I think they're easy to follow along. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's just take a nice deep breath, close our eyes and just take a nice deep breath and relax ourselves. Just feel yourself arrive in this moment. Just feel your body align. And so today we're going to do a little scripting. And that just means that we're going to go into the future. So just imagine yourself, we're going to go about 5 years away, 5 years ahead of this. So this is 2020, so 2025. And we're just going to remember what happened around the Aries full moon in October 2020 and all the wonderful events that led from that point. So just put yourself in the future. Just align with that future self. I'm just going to take a minute and just go backwards in time. So, I remember back in around the full moon in October 2020, it was a very transitional year and so much had been happening. But around October, around the full moon, there seemed to be a shift in all of the energy. It just seemed like there was a crack in the energy that was around, and there was new light, new energy that was allowed to come through. And there was just this wonderful feeling of expandedness and openness. And it started off kind of small, but it just kept growing. And it was like a turning point. And things began to happen. And it was just amazing. From that very point, there was just something in the air. Like it just seemed like that people started to turn around a little bit and really respect one another and find an openness with one another. And when you'd see people on the streets, there was just a different sort of look, a different sort of respect. And people really started taking care of one another. And it just seemed like this energy began to build, and it was a purifying energy, and just all this negativity just sort of released and floated away and was replaced by this beautiful, beautiful light, this harmony, this peace that we had all been searching for so long. And things just began to happen. Like truth began to come out. Like there was so much disorder and so much disharmony and such a feeling of deception and things before that. And all of a sudden there was just like a turning point. And it was almost as though the human spirit just said, you know, we need something else. We want something else. We deserve something else. We deserve the truth. And it's like things began to be uncovered, and the truth began to happen, not just from recent times, but things that had been going on for generations were uncovered, and it was released and healed and forgiven. It was such a wonderful, wonderful time. And there was like a new respect for humanity. Like people started not only smiling and being with one another, but they started really taking care of one another. And it's like there was a respect for humanity, and there there were new programs that were put into place so that people were not having to live on the streets anymore. And it was just amazing how all of a sudden there were like homes, little tiny homes, and big warehouses that were converted, and things like that were just brought together, and programs, and like everybody seemed like they were on board. It's just amazing how it's all got started right around that time. And of course, it's still going on. It's still growing, but I mean, there's still a lot to do. But it was just such an incredible time of turning, and people started realizing that we all had to take care of each other, and it was our responsibility to make sure that all the plates for all the people all throughout the world were full, and the water needed to be clean and pristine. And governments from all around the world started working together to work with the poorer nations, and those with wealth began to understand that we were all just one big planet, and we were all working together. And what happened over here in Brazil with the rainforest was affecting other places, and there was just a new consciousness that came, and it was just this incredible feeling of new light and new awakening and this new earth. And we started taking care of like the rainforest, and realizing that our whole planet had taken millions and billions of years just to get to the point where it would actually inhabit these beautiful human souls. And so we had to take care of that. We had to begin to see the preciousness of all of that. And so we started finding new different ways of growing food, and finding energy. And there were these new inventions that took the resources, and they not only sustainable, but there was like this free energy, these energies, like this electromagnetic fields that were already on the earth, and just all kinds of wonderful things. It was as though people's minds just began to be open and working together, and things were sustainable, and began to be respectful of one another. And it was so amazing because there was just like this new awakening, this new earth, and a new sense of prosperity and abundance. And it wasn't just the few that had the wealth, but it began to spread out so that everyone had enough. And it's not that everybody was rich, but everybody began to have enough. Everything that they needed, everything that their heart desired. And children began to be adopted. Pets found homes. There was just such an awakening. All the politicians, of course, there were disagreements and things that people didn't agree on, but they were people at that point. From that moment on, people began to have a new respect for one another. And there was this harmony that, let's work together. Let's not fight each other. Let's work together to create solutions. It's just getting better and better as we go. It's only been 5 years, but to think about how much progress we've made, it's an incredible feat of divine intervention. The divine spark of each and every person on the planet seems to be awakened. and a new consciousness has begun. And there may be a long way to go, and it may not be an easy trail, but it's certainly changed. It's certainly begun. There's a hope. There's a spark that things are possible, that things are beginning, and that things are working out. Things are working out beautifully. Things are working out exactly as they should. So just take a nice deep breath in. Just breathe that in. Just breathe the reality of that. Just allow that to sink in. Just feel what that is on the inside. Just feel what living in that world is like. Just feel how relaxed your body is. Just feel yourself ease into that reality. Just radiate that out. Just knowing that it is. Feel your connection with everyone here, everyone who might be listening in the future. Just feel that connection and just spread that out to all corners of the earth. Just allow it to radiate and connect and transform into light. And so now we're just going to spend the next few minutes just in silence, just holding that space. If something came to your mind and about something that happened or started back in 2020, just run with it if you want. Just knowing that it's good. We're all just going to hold silence for just a few minutes. Just breathe in that light energy and release all the old energy that's no longer needed. Breathe in, breathe out. Just allow it to flow in and out. So just keep breathing in and out, gently and easily. Just feel yourself connected. This beautiful planet, these beautiful souls. Just remember this time of awakening, where harmony and love and peace and abundance and respect all started in a brand new way. Just easily and effortlessly. The light came into the darkness, and the planet and all beings began to awake. Breathe that in. Breathe out. Just holding that space, but bringing back your awareness into your room. Just easily and gently. Becoming aware of the room that you're in. The chair that you're sitting in. Becoming aware of this space that you call yourself. The skin and bones, flesh. This beautiful body. It's given you so much. Just breathe it in. Let it out. And before we open our eyes, let's set an intention that today and every day, I will look for positive changes. I will look for beauty and wonder. I will look for people getting along. I will look for signs of an awakening. Just breathe that in. Let it out. Breathe it in. Let it out. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe roll your shoulders, come back into the present moment. Easily and gently. Just take your time.